And I just realized I had my mic muted for that whole thing. Alright, let's try that again. Welcome back to our fourth show match of the day. We have Team 15 Minutes Could Save You 15% or More taking on, for the third time today, showing up, Team MTV.
Oh man, Team MTV has been dominating all of the games that they've been playing, and let's see if they are able to continue their hot streak, take yet another win.
Absolutely, and immediately out the gate, we can see the massive amount of respect putting over towards, how do I pronounce this? Bojovnik. I believe the support for Team MTV with a triple support ban out the gate. They are very afraid of this man.
Yeah, I mean, that's honestly pretty fair because he's been just destroying all of his opponents, first on the Nami, then on the Thresh, giving so much oppression that really none of his enemies were able to do anything against him.
You know, I was sort of excited to see Inia the Rammus over there on a different champion, considering this is the third time he has locked in Rammus, but I guess he's just going to continue with the tried and true method of just rolling at him.
Yep. He certainly seems to enjoy himself on the Rammus pick. And rightfully so, as he's been doing very well, getting plenty of meaningful engages, and really just contributing very positively towards the team's efforts at victory.
We can tell both teams are taking this very seriously, considering very meta comps full of CC and tanks coming out here. The only surprise to me personally is this Malphite. There are, better tanks in the top lane, but maybe they're trying to set up some sort of wombo to disrupt Annie and Ashe. But overall, just a ton of CC, a ton of damage and tankiness coming out from both sides.
Yeah, and really, I'm already liking the engage potential from wait, what's the team name? Team MTV and
MTV and 15 minutes.
Yeah, Team 15 minutes has much better engaged than we've seen, or that Team Pocket Cookies, which has been Team MTV's opponents that they've faced today. And ultimately, I believe that was one of the contributing factors that led to the downfall of Team Pocket Cookies. But really, Team 15 minutes has very strong engage with the Malphite and the Rakan, and kind of with the Aryan with the Evelyn, but just the Rakan and the Malphite alone are enough to be able to wombo combo and get tons of damage off of Jinx. And I'm really excited to see if that works out for them.
I personally love MTV's comp here. Every single member on this team has some sort of massive CC that they can put out in one way or another. And, learning fives, this is silver/gold. It's hard to beat reliable CC to just win games. It's really hard to mess up. As long as one person can land their stuff, everybody else just follows through.
Yeah, absolutely. And really, that's what you want to be going for. Reliable, consistent CC that you don't have to worry about it missing. And most of these characters do have one-button CCs, or just pretty easy to hit skill shots. And with those, you're going to be able to get effective combos that lead ultimately to winning team fights if you're able to execute on them correctly. So really, it boils down to, is Team MTV up to the task, or will Team MTV be able to disrupt their winning streak that they've had going on today?
I believe you meant 15 minutes there, but the point is still a good one.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll be really interested to keep an eye on Fried Pumpkin this game. I believe he's going to play like a super key role for 15 minutes to try to get ahead in this early game, be able to get that Jinx and that Ahri some items, and just be able to deal with the massive amount of CC we have coming from MTV. But with that being said, we're going to go to a short 2-minute break while we wait for the spectator delay and while we load in. So don't touch your mouse or your keyboard or that browser. Don't touch anything. Just eat your popcorn, sit back and relax, and we'll be back very soon. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the fourth show match of the day. I am your color caster here, Demos, here with Mr. Sir Potato the Ninth, and we have a really exciting matchup for you guys today. Why don't you start off and introduce us with the blue side, Potato?
All right, on the blue side, you have Team 15 Minutes with Sundry Book on Malphite in the top lane, Fried Pumpkin on Evelyn in the jungle, Damon on Ari in the mid lane, Rondo on Jinx in the ADC position, and joining him will be Mellow Ninja on Rakan in the support role.
And over on the right-hand side of your screen, the red side, we have Team MTV, who's been unstoppable so far, and hopefully they let me get this introduction off. But we have Print Stack Trace playing Psy on top, Inia on his infamous Rammus jungle, Cynova on the Annie mid, and Astral and Bro Jovnik rounding out their bot lane. And right out the gate, we have a bit of an invade here. Nothing really came of it outside of a ward that might come back to bite Rammus later on.
Yeah, and I think that's a good idea to get vision down there, just so you know where the enemy jungler is. It's a good strategy that really I don't think people employ enough, of just going with your crew and dropping a ward. Oh, hey, it wouldn't be a Lightning 5's game without a pause. Woo!
Let's go. All right, well, let's talk about something here real quick. We have an Annie in the mid lane who ran Dark Seal, but I don't believe she's running Inspiration Secondary. I would check, but we're paused, so it won't let me. Do you think that she's going to go for that Corrupting Secondary, and that's really her build path to try to out-sustain Ari in the mid lane?
That's pretty interesting, but I'm not sure I see the benefit of it. I feel like just using or employing a traditional build path would bring more success. But maybe they've got another plan in mind. Maybe they've communicated with their jungler. They're going to be ganking mid lane a lot and just camping that lane, funneling a lot of resources in there. And if that's the case, then I can understand doing that. But, it's you're taking a pretty big risk of putting all your eggs into that basket. That is, if that's the case.
While we're still paused here, I saw a question in the Twitch chat. I know I'm not supposed to be looking at it, but oh well, I'm the streamer too. She can go Corrupting. It upgrades from the refillable pot for 350 gold, so she could go that option on her first back if she wanted to. But we'll just have to see just what kind of path she goes for. The other interesting thing is Evelyn, instead of going a refillable, the bread and butter standard jungle item, went 3 health pots. Could signal that she's looking to go for some sort of roam, especially onto that red buff where they did get vision down earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And Evelyn is a really aggressive jungler, so we'll have to see what she's gonna try to do to shake up Inia on this Rammus here, who's been pretty much unstoppable the past 2 times they've played it.
Yeah, and Evelyn does have pretty good early game engage potential, so I wouldn't be too surprised to see Evelyn trying to go for some cheese like that. However, you got to be really careful because you know that the ward of the enemy team is on that same red buff, so you can't really go invading it without expecting to get collapsed upon. So it wouldn't be too wise to go and try and steal that red buff away, as you are susceptible to getting demolished by your enemies.
As you say that, it looks like that is exactly what he's going to do, and go try to steal that red buff.
And the only way this works is if Team MTV don't properly communicate, or if Inia just isn't in the area and Fried Pumpkin's able to take it before anything happens. So right now, Cynova and Print Stack Trace could start going over there, but it seems like they're just going to give up the red buff, and Inia is going to have to go into the bottom side in order to try and take the enemy red buff.
There is a ward on that red buff though, and with bot lane and mid lane both pushed up so far, this could be very dangerous for him.
Oh. Amber alert, sorry. Oh, Charm landing from Damon onto Cynova, getting a nice little electrocute stack off. And now you see Mirando and Mellow Ninja starting to collapse towards Inia on this red buff. If they can get this kill, that would be very beneficial towards. You get the charm, and Nia getting slowed down, ignited first blood, going over to Mirando.
Yeah,
and that is really beneficial.
That was really well played by 15 minutes. They set up the ward down there on their red buff because they knew they wanted to go for this invade after they already got the vision down. And, you know, Rammus decided, hey, I'm gonna go just try to swap sides of the jungle, but 15 minutes said, no, we already prepared for that. We shoved out the bot lane. We're gonna collapse on you and take you out.
Yeah, absolutely. And now you have the Jinx with the blue buff, and that is really useful because that allows you to use your rockets and your abilities more often. And because of that, you're able to stay further back and get more damage.
Yeah, and you can, even besides the kill effects, you can see the jungle CS differential. Evelynn up 14 CS, got both Scuttle Crabs going for a gank in the mid lane here.
Yeah, so far 15 minutes has been pretty effective against MTV.
Yeah, and it seems like we have a bit more of a lull, even with that 1,000 gold lead. It's going to take probably a little bit of time before 15 minutes can reset, try to figure out what their next plan of attack is.
Yeah, although that's not stopping Mellow Ninja from trying his best, using his W, trying to go in, and I do commend his efforts. See Bride Pumpkin coming in into the mid lane. Sonova's pretty far back, but the flash forward will help, and the charms come through. Bride Pumpkin picks up the kill.
And I'm very surprised Nova just didn't immediately flash when he saw that charm hit him. You know exactly what's going to happen. The Evelynn's going to flash Q you. He could have flashed behind his minions or under tower and been perfectly safe, but just complete disrespect there. Puts another kill into the hands of 15 minutes.
Yeah, along with the fact that he was running at such an awkward angle, preferring to go into the jungle as opposed to running back under the tower, it was a little bit of awkward pathing that could have also continued him dying.
And it looked like I was wrong here, Annie opting to go for the Amplifying Tome instead of a refillable. Even more surprised about that, now that she's behind in that lane, she's going to need that sustain, but she just decided, you know what, I'm going to hit 6, I'm going to kill somebody, that's going to be our ticket back into this game.
Well, I think the reason that is because the Amplifying Tome is on MOBA Fire.
Oh no. You can't just call them out like that, Taylor. Come on. They're trying their best, man.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That is an acquired skill, being able to build reactively as opposed to having a set build path in mind. And that is something that even I and I do get memed on sometimes for that. It is important to learn when to build certain items and when to deviate from your regular build. And you see Mellow Ninja going in once more. Bojivnik trying to flash out and escapes. Mellow Ninja's very low, but Bojivnik, we'll go with that. Does not have flash. A trade for Mellow Ninja's Ignite, but in the end, that's not really a beneficial trade as Ignite has a much smaller cooldown than Flash. Especially on such an immobile champion like Nami, you really need that Flash in case the enemy jungler shows up for a gank.
Bit of a misplay there by Bojivnik on the Nami. If he had ignited Rakan, that definitely could have been a kill, even with Jinx having that heal up. Ignite reducing it with the Grievous Runes, and Ashe also being able to flash and follow with her own heal definitely could have netted them something.
Ooh, Damon getting a nice combo off onto Sonova, going with the ultimate and Ignite forward. Tibbers does get placed in the stun under tower, but it was too late, and then Damon picks up his first kill.
Yeah, and that's just the side effects of not picking up that that corrupting potion. He, one less charge, a little bit less mana, a little bit less HP, had him pretty low, and just let Ahri take him out with a simple charm.
Yeah, and that is something that as an Annie you have to be prepared to stuff out. You have to be looking constantly for the Ahri ulting forward and be always ready to stuff that out with a stun and have that available to you. And that very well could have resulted in a kill for Sonova had he been timing his abilities a little bit more efficiently. And if he had the stun underneath, or at least flash out, or had the stun underneath tower, then that fight definitely could have gone different.
Absolutely, and that's the second time Sanova's died in the mid lane where he could have flashed away to safety, had ample opportunity, and then didn't do it. So just unsure if it's a lack of skill or just a massive amount of disrespect coming out here.
Yeah, and speaking of, Sonova back in the limelight as he's getting engaged on. Half of his health is taken out from a gank. Fried Pumpkin and Damon working together, trying to get the kill, and they almost did.
Yeah, and we have a bit of a lull here. Just surprising given the way these show matches have been going. It's 9 minutes into the game almost already, and we've only had 3 kills. Both teams playing a lot more cautious and a lot more lax compared to the previous show matches we've had today.
Yeah, it seems a lot like Aenea's playing, or in his play style, he prefers to clear the jungle camps earlier and try and get some items before he does anything across the map. And Fried Pumpkin is playing very aggressively right now, and he's going in and taking engages, going for invades, and he's hyper-aggressive playstyle is just kind of stuffing out Aenea's more attempts at a more passive playstyle.
Yeah, and Aenea's gonna have to step it up if he wants to stop this Evelynn. You know, now 15 minutes is getting the first dragon of the game, a mountain. Looks like almost no contest except for this Nami walking up here.
But really, that might not even be a good idea. But Javnik narrowly avoiding a full combo from Damon. However, Damon might now be on the receiving side of things as Aeneas is coming forward. Damon forced to flash away, and now Mellow Ninja's coming up, the taunt coming in as well. It's all the CC from Team MTV. Everybody's laying down damage. Fried Pumpkin picks up a kill on Nova, and now Astral's coming in. The Malphite ultimate huge onto Astral. Double kill for Morando going hyper, but Astral will narrowly escape, and that will be 3 kills going over to 15 minutes while MTV only picks up 1. Now, Fried Pumpkin, maybe he's going to be looking for Astral. No, Astral's going to be playing too far back for that.
And Jinx was untouched that game. She even the Tibbers missed her, and she was just dishing out massive damage with her, you know, not even having to use her rockets, just mini-gunning everybody to death with her BF sword. And I don't know, this is definitely a taunt onto Rakan, who, you know, is just gonna ulti afterwards anyways. It seemed like it was a bit forced. They didn't want to give the dragon up, but in the end, they lost the dragon and put 3 kills onto this Jinx.
Yeah, and that's really unfortunate. And that could have even gone worse. Mellow Ninja got seed before he was able to get a full combo out. And I think if Mellow Ninja had gotten a full combo out, then that fight would have gone completely different, and there wouldn't have been any trades going on. It would have just been at 15 minutes destroying.
Definitely agree. That's just, you know, it's the first dragon in some mountain. You want it, obviously, but that's the sort of thing where if you're not in position, you just kind of have to give it up.
Right, and speaking about a position, Damon in a bad spot, and Nia coming in for the gank. Lots of damage being laid down, but Damon being able to escape with the ultimate, and Nia flashing forward underneath tower, gets the kill, but at what cost? I'll tell you, the cost of his life.
You know, a 1-for-1 when you're this far behind in the game, already down 3.5k gold. Ooh, that Jinx.
Ooh, so close. Fried Pumpkin might have been able to kill it, but anyway.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's worth to go for that play just because even though Ahri gets another kill, you get some much needed gold onto your tanks who are the people who are gonna try to have to stop this 3-kill Jinx. It's 12 minutes, she already has a Storm Razor, and you know, they just have to go for things like that at this point or they're gonna get stifled out by this Evelynn, and it's going to turn into what they were doing to Team Pocket Cookies in their previous matches.
Absolutely, and I do think it is important to now, Astral has been CSing very well considering how far behind he is. Only about a wave and a half behind when you're so far behind is something to commend. And if they're able to keep playing in the way that they are, well, not in the way that they are, but if they're able to sacrifice a lot less when they need to, then they have a very good chance of drawing this game out.
Very true. So I have a question for you, Potato, right here,
What's that?
right now. How many wards do you see for Team MVT, the red side, on the map right now?
I see 1 near the mid lane. I see 1 in the bottom lane. That's it.
That's it, and that's a big problem. You know, we mentioned this earlier on in the day in our cast, but vision is super important. And you can just tell right now the amount of vision that 15 minutes has just with pinks on the bottom side of the map and even the top side of the map that, you know, there's really no way for MTV to even get back into this game because they can't make plays without being pinged out the entire way there.
I can see I see at least 4 control wards from Team MTV, or from Team 15 minutes on the map. And that's really good. They are doing an excellent job of keeping that vision up. And that's something that if you want to win, you need vision. And you need to stuff out your opponent's vision. And that's exactly what they're doing. If they're able to continue this vision dominance for the rest of the game, then there won't be much that Team MTV is able to.
Definitely agree. And, you know, at this point, you know, Evelyn could even get a sweeper and sweep out some of the very little vision that MTV does have and just make their control even more dominating. But, you know, 13 vision score at this point on the jungler and the support, and just across the board higher vision scores for nearly every member. MTV's really going to have to step it up.
And comparing that to the vision scores on the opponent team, oh, great combo from Damon on Nova. Another kill in the pocket. As I was saying, comparing the vision scores of Team 15 to MTV, it's pretty clear who's leading. As you see, Mellow Ninja has 5 more vision score, as well as Fried Pumpkin has 5 more vision score than Ania. That's really good. I guess enough harping on division.
Very true. We have a Scion ulti coming out on the top lane.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be doing. Although I do think Sundry Book is doing much better than I was expecting him to. Normally Malphite, I can't condone Malphite play, just because he's good for one thing and one thing only, and that's ultimate. Speaking of ultimate coming in from Astral and Nick pulling after. And then flashing out is the bottom lane of 15 minutes, and Fried Pumpkin is coming in. Mia's getting some serious damage. Combo coming from Mellow Ninja. Mirando's going hyper. The damage just isn't there. Fried Pumpkin dies, and Damon flashing in gets 1 kill, looking for Jovnik. The charm connects, and then the damage is there. Damon with the double kill, looking for Astral, gets the Q. Will they go further? The answer is no. But even then, a 2-for-1 trade. They are now 6,000 gold ahead at 15 minutes. MTV is starting to get beat like they've been beating Team Pocket Cookie.
And that could have gone even worse for Team MTV. Damien deciding to charm Bojovnik on the Nami here instead of hitting Astral, even though there was no way that Nami gets out. You know, Astral could have fallen there as well. It could have been a 3-for-1. But it looks like either way, they're going to pick up their second Mountain Dragon of the game.
Yeah, and that's going to be really beneficial for them. They're going to be able to take towers so much easier, be able to take objectives so much easier. And combine that with the fact that they've already gotten the dominating stance on their enemies, they're going to be able to just rush down any objective that they want.
Yeah, for sure. You know, this is Rift Herald on the top side of the map that looks like MTV wants to go for, but I think Bojovnik is a little too far up here.
Yeah, Fried Pumpkin looking very... Oh, that was an easy combo on a Bojovnik. 2 and 1 and 3. Fried Pumpkin becomes a 3 and 1 and 3. And Miss Evelyn.
That's not your jungle anymore.
No. You're absolutely right. And this is exactly what we're talking about. When you have stuff like your towers being taken, it's time to start conceding some vision or some objective.
Most definitely, but it looks like MTV still has some sort of fight left in them as they decide to take the Rift Herald on the top side of the map. I'm not sure how much use they're going to get out of it, but I'd really like to see them at least try to make some sort of play on this Ahri here, make her burn her ulti, get the mid tower, let Annie roam around a bit more, and even though she's really far behind in this lane, with her flash and her ult up, she can make some really devastating plays if they can time it right.
Yeah, you really... Oh, hold that thought. You see the ultimate coming in from Sundry Book, but Prince Stack Trace flashes away, uses ultimate offensively, and soon after dies. Sundry Book underneath the tower, and then you have the charm coming in from Mellow Ninja. Prince Stack Trace will die, and it looks like Team 15 minutes are going to be taking the 3rd tower of the game, and Sinova, very low, force the flash away. Damien going forward, and Astral not going to be able to do anything about it, even though we get the ultimate off. And then you have 15 minutes in the top lane, still whacking away at it. They get the roots onto Ania, and he's slowed. Rando has the damage, the tower gets taken out, but Jovnik and Ania are actually not in immediate danger and will be able to clear that wave, and 15 minutes are back off.
Yeah, and this whole game, it's just been 15 minutes making play after play after play, while Team MTV desperately tries to respond to them. You know, I'd really like to see the MTV we saw in their previous games today, where they were the ones making the play, forcing the enemy team to respond to them, and it seems like, for whatever reason, they're just really off this game and unable to follow through with the game plan that they have.
Yeah, and that's pretty unfortunate, as they're already falling behind. Gosh, they just need to get some defensive vision set up, but 15 minutes is doing such an excellent job at choking out their vision. There's not a whole lot they can do.
Most definitely. This Ahri and this Evelynn are everywhere on the map, while Jinx just runs around and right-clicks on things. And you know, that's okay. That's the sort of champion that Jinx is. There's nothing wrong with that. But really, this Evelynn and this Ahri just sitting in the enemy jungle, you know, vision or no vision, nothing can stop them. You walk into a bush and you're gone.
Yeah, and Nia really isn't getting any of the camps that he wants, just because the enemies already take them. Like, you can even see now, Fried Pumpkin is taking his Krug. And Nia literally cannot take any camp.
There's a 50 CS differential in the jungle right now, and that is huge if you know how jungle camp numbers work. You get about 4 per camp, so that's 12.5 camps difference between this Evelynn and this Rammus right now, which is quite a bit of gold, over 1,000.
Yeah, and that's not what you want to be seeing when you are already 9,000 gold behind. I think 15 minutes is in a really good spot to just keep doing what they're doing, which is run into the enemy jungle and take any engage, because you're sure to win it. But you see Fried Pumpkin in a bad spot, and Nia is coming in with Bajovnik and Sinova gonna get taken down pretty easily. Fried Pumpkin did get a little greedy and was staying around a bit longer than he needed to, and ended up paying the ultimate price.
Yeah, and that was a really clean dodge of the Ashe arrow, but when Rammus has flash and Nami's right there, you know, they've cleared out a lot of your vision. You need to reestablish that before you can really start going for these aggressive plays.
Oh, and Nia's looking for Mellow Ninja, and a fight is breaking out. You see Sinova getting the stun onto Damien, who's trying his best to get away, but the ignites. Oh, there's no ignite on him. Damien's just gonna get away. Tiver's trying to smash him, but wow! With very little health left, Damien manages to escape.
That was unbelievable. For a minute there, I almost thought Damien was going to turn that fight. His Q went across all 4 members of MTV that were there, chunked them all down to about 30%. But just in the end, like, he's too squishy. There was too much damage that came out from that Annie ultimate for him to really finish off that 1v4. We do have a Rift Herald in the top lane. I think it's going to die before it gets to the tower, but... Mr. Potato isn't saying anything.
Sorry, technical difficulties.
Ah, no problem. No problem. Rift Herald did actually get to the tower. They weren't able to clear it off in time, and it takes down the first tower of the game for MTV, putting some much-needed gold into their carry's pockets right now.
Yeah, if they're able to keep playing, and like I said, not sacrifice anything that they don't have to, then they very well might be able to draw the game out long enough to be able to win it. Now, granted, I don't think that their team comp scales better than the other team, but I do think that they would be able to win. They have very specific win condition. And their win condition does not involve getting caught out. Right. The same thing happened with Team Pocket Cookie. They go in without any vision and face check, and they die.
But to elaborate a bit more on your earlier point, it is possible for MTV to come back into this game, however unlikely it seems. They do have a really beefy front line, a lot of CEC, and this Ashe is going the attack speed build. Unfortunately, she has PTA instead of lethal tempo, so she's not going to be doing as much damage as she could be. But she does have the Bork, she has the Zeal, I assume she's building towards the Hurricane, and we have a fight.
Oh no, Prince Stack Trace going in deep. And now MTV seems to be on the front foot. Stack Trace is flashing forward. Mellow Ninja almost getting caught up in that queue. And everybody's going in. Sundry Book with a huge ultimate. And now the damage is being laid down. 15 minutes is soaking up a lot of damage. And let's see, they got a double kill. Everybody's dying. Fried Pumpkin going in. And Nia dying. 4 members of MTV get taken down in 15 minutes with only 4 members alive.
And Annie died without ulti.
Oh, that hurts to see. But that has to do in part with Sundry Book with the massive ultimate that he got in that fight. And now that's going to be an inhibitor tower they're going to be losing because of that lost fight. And probably the inhibitor as well. Now, Annie is alive and does have ultimate. Probably won't be able to get this done off. But yeah, you see 15 minutes back.
And that was just a very fast team fight. It looked almost like Team MTV would win it with that Scion ulti and his flash forward, Annie having ult up. But the pieces just weren't in the right place. If Annie had been there 2-3 seconds sooner and been able to layer her CC, that would have spelled disaster for 15 minutes.
Absolutely. But that Sundry Book with the insane ultimate that he got was such a game changer. When you don't have your ADC or any of your damage dealers dealing damage, then you're really not going to be in a good spot.
Most definitely. It looks like Nami is running for her life here. I think she's going to get out. But to talk a bit more about the team fight, it's what we were saying earlier, that 15 minutes is just there 5-10 seconds faster than MTV, even when MTV is the one making the play.
Right, and that's something that's so important. If you are ahead, you're able to control the map. And so if you're able to get picks like MTV almost did, then you're just going to be in such a good spot. Or like 15 minutes almost did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, we have the Baron up here. We have a double mountain 12k gold lead on team 15 minutes. And they're just going to go for it without a tank. I'm not sure I agree with this one. But
they've got 4 members on it now. And you see, Astral and Bojovnik are all the way in base trying to defend against those minions. There's nothing they're able to do against. Baron gets taken, and you see the On My Way pings into the mid lane. This team is not messing around. They are just trying to go in and end the game as soon as they can.
And I think they can end it on this push if they get a good Malphite ulti or an Ahri charm. You know, MTV has to deal with these supers in the bot lane. Malphite's going in the top lane to split push.
Yeah, and that's really brutal for them. They're not able to send anyone to match him, so he's just going to get free towers. Honestly, and now you see Prince Stack Trace going in for the ultimate. The ultimate from Astral lands. Bit of lag, but you see the shutdown landing onto Fried Pumpkin. The ultimate from Malphite does connect, but Jovnik barely surviving. Sundry Book chasing potentially too deep. So far under tower, gets CC'd up. Mirando's on a killing spree, but Damien is legendary. Prince Stack Trace is down. This is now a 2v3 in favor of 15 minutes, who look to be ending the game. And you see Damien has the resources, looking for Astral, gets the one shot on him. And now this is a 3v1, excuse me. And that's going to be it. Sinova running into base, but does it even matter? The answer is no. You have Miranda with so much attack speed and this massive minion wave. That is going to be the game. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more. We'll take the game.
And I love that team name, and unfortunately for them, they spent 26 minutes to save their 15% or more. But I wanted to note at the end here that Rakan picked up a proto belt. That's not something that you see often.
No, it seemed like he was just kind of flexing on opponents.
But hey, when you don't die at all, who needs tank stats, right?
Yeah, when you have 11 assists and 0 deaths, you're able to do things like that.
Proto belt. But in dominating fashion, 15 minutes takes out Team MTV. Did you have anything else you really wanted to get off your chest about this game, Potato?
Well, 15 minutes could save 50% or more on car insurance.
I would note that we are not sponsored by, any car insurance companies, but if any car insurance companies are listening, our DMs are open, so keep that in mind.
Yeah, specifically mine. You can reach me at Twitter at SirPotatoIX. If you ever want to sponsor, guys.
It's right there on the screen. But memes aside, that will be it for us right now. I believe we have Denna and I forget the other caster, but Denna will be back. Very next game starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. Don't go anywhere. I mean, I guess you can because we have a bit of time, but you better come back. You know,
Yeah.
we'll ping
So
you
with
on
that in,
Discord so you won't
oh
forget. Don't
yeah.
worry. But with that being said, goodbye, everybody. We're
Oh,
signing
hold
off.
on.
Oh.
Hold on. If you enjoyed this and you think to yourself, man, I'm a League of Legends player and I would like to improve, then you can check out our stream description where you can find the link to our Discord. Also, follow us on Twitter and post us on Facebook. I don't know if Facebook works. Anyways,
I think we have
and
a
then we also
Facebook.
have we do. I don't know. That's besides the point. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel where highlights are sometimes posted. And if you think to yourself, man, Learning 5 sounds great, but I don't play League of Legends, I play Heroes of the Storm, well, boy, do we have a Discord for you. Check in the Twitch description where you can find a Heroes of the Storm Discord server where it's the exact same thing as Learning 5s for League of Legends, but it's Storm. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out to our stream. My name is Sir Potato the Ninth, and I was joined by Demos tonight, and we signing off.
See you guys.